Hi YouTube, VidHead85 here, and I am here to urge you, implore you, one, to support our President Barack Obama in this upcoming election. There is so much riding on this election, and we all know that. The president-elect may end up choosing up to 3 Supreme Court justice seats. I'm sorry, but the Roberts Court, as of late, has kind of been hit and miss with me, and this is the only Supreme Court that I really feel is more partisan than ever. And in fact, the partisan atmosphere of our country right now is all about liberals and conservatives. Now, liberals, we fought for the people, okay? We fought to make sure that there, 1, was a minimum wage, 2, that we could provide jobs, and 3, that the economy can grow from the bottom out, not the top down. The top down has been sold to us, and we now know that it's a bad deal. So, vote President Barack Obama in 2012 and congressional Democrats, because 1, we need to stop the Republican obstruction and get these Tea Partiers out of those 63 seats that they picked up in the 2012 elections or 2010 elections. Not only that, but we also have to be on guard against voter suppression. So that means that we now have to make sure that our state halls are pro-voter, pro-business, and pro-worker. The problem is, when people say pro-business, they think that it's trampling over the rights of workers. We need unions. We need more unions. Because why? Those kinds of jobs made America great. And those kinds of jobs were pretty easy to come by because the economy was so great. Because not only did we have jobs, but we also had the money in our possession to grow the economy, provide infrastructure, and also have government programs that would take care of people who were the most vulnerable, the elderly, the sick, and the poor. Dwight Eisenhower was and remains a true conservative. Ronald Reagan may have energized the Republican Party, but he was no conservative. Both Presidents Bush, former Presidents Bush, were not fiscal conservatives. In fact, from Reagan on, former President Bill Clinton was the only Democratic elected president up until President Obama, and he gave us a surplus. Republicans and Democrats alike worked together to promote jobs and the economy, to stimulate the economy. Now, under President Obama, mostly because he's black, they are opposing any and all reforms that will make it easier for us to have a fair shot. Senate and House Republicans fused with the Tea Party. They need to go. Now, if anything, that is not a sting on all Republicans, as many of them are in fact pro-small government. But right now, the Republican Party, as is seen in Washington, is not a reflection of all Republicans. Neither is bin Laden representative of all Muslims, and neither is Michelle Bachmann representative of all Christians, or those who are Christian identified or call themselves Christian. We need one thing: real change, moving forward. We need to make sure that these next 4 years and the next 2 will be filled with kept promises, and real change, and an end to the obstruction in Congress. If anything, I want to see Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan voted out of their seats. And I also want to see a real bipartisan change, real bipartisan working together, so that we can know that it's not about whether you're Democrat or Republican, or independent, or neither, for that matter. It is the fact that we all love our country, and that we all want its best in mind, and that we will grow it from the middle class out and not the top down, because the top down policies are what got us into this in the first place. I know I'm making a lot of videos, and I may seem to be repeating myself, but if I can at least get one new person to understand that I love America and I'm a liberal, and that does not mean that I cannot work with someone across the aisle, as long as they're willing to work with me, that is, then that means to me the most that I could ever have done. Simply put, I will cross the aisle to support Senator Grisanti any way I can. Because one, he stood up for the rights of all New Yorkers, not just straight New Yorkers, not just Catholic New Yorkers, not just those with religious beliefs, but those who do not have them to begin with, or any religion. Simply put, this is a Republican that I can get behind, and I can take the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune for, simply because he understands that good law is what matters. Whether he is a Democrat or Republican or wants to switch or not, Mark Grisanti is one of those people that I would elect to the state Senate, the House, or the presidency. Simply because Mark Grisanti is a man who, one, wrote good law, and two, cares about the people that he is representing. This is why not only would I vote for Senator Grisanti if I still were in his district, but I would also vote for Barack Obama. These two men are from across the aisle, but I support both of them. It is time to put the partisan and bickering behind us and vote for people who will not give in to the partisan bickering. Those who will not say that we're not going to talk about social issues and then talk about social issues only to their friends. We need people who are consistent, and we need people who are here now and will remain for the people. This is another PSA for election 2012. Obama-Biden and Grisanti 2012. Get out and vote.